Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to talk about some of the things that you might need while DIY wrapping your Tesla. So since I've done it, I'm going to talk to you about like every part that I did and what issues I had and what you can do to prevent them. And also I'm going to talk about some of the stuff that you need for the wrap itself. So yeah, stay tuned and let's get right into it. So let's start off with the stuff that you need for the wrap. So number one, obviously you need the vinyl wrap. I got 5 feet by 60 feet, and that roll was not enough for my car, mainly because I messed up the hood. But that's just one part that I messed up, and I still didn't have enough for a door and a bumper. So 60 would be enough if you roll out the whole roll and pre-cut every single piece and don't mess up. So that's the only way I can see 60 feet being enough. So with that said, since I messed up the hood and I had a bumper that I needed to wrap, so I found this perfect size for the bumper, which was about 5 by 10, I believe, or 5 by 15, something around there. I'll leave the information down below just to make sure you guys know like what size I got afterwards. So I purchased, so at the end I had like a big piece left, and I could have used it for the bumper or for the doors, for 2 doors, or for the bumper. So I decided to use that big piece for the back bumper, and then I had a little bit left, like a decently sized piece that was also enough for 1 door. So that's what I did. I used that big piece that I pre-cut for the doors originally, and I used it for the bumper in the back because it was long and it was enough for the bumper. And then I did 1 door and left 1 door black and the hood. And afterwards I just ordered a small piece. It was like less than 50 bucks for the door, and then like 40 bucks for the hood. But the hood I did black. So yeah, pretty much ordered a little extra that I needed for the whole car. But if you guys are conservative and you don't mess up, and if you cut everything by size right away, you'll have enough, obviously, because I had a lot of extra pieces left and I was just cutting thinking I would have enough either way, but I didn't, as it turns out. So yeah, that's one thing that you guys should look out for. Maybe order extra with that roll, or pre-cut, which is kind of annoying, to be honest. You'd have to roll out the whole roll and then pre-cut every single piece. So yeah, the next stuff that I used for the wrap itself was a heat gun. Then I used some knifeless tape. This is my second roll. I ran out of my first one, and I was kind of scared to use the second one because I ran out super quick with the first one, and I didn't expect to run out. So yeah, this is very important. Just order 2 right away, and just in case, so you guys have enough. Then I suggest you guys get something like this. You put a sharp blade inside, and it's super easy to cut your vinyl like this, just in straight line. Yeah, this is very good item to get. Then have these tools, some tool set that I got from Amazon. I'm gonna leave all the links down below. These just help you tuck in the vinyl in this in the holes between the panels. So this is very important as well. You just tuck it in with the heat gun. Then I have some small water spray. I don't know how useful it was, but I was using it a lot. I don't know if you need it, but I just had it around my house, so I just got this with me, and I used it a lot. I just don't know if it was useful or not, but yeah. And then I have a measuring tape and a bunch of squeegees, the big ones, and then the small one, tiny one, which is also good to like tuck the vinyl in. So that's all I have. Another thing, guys, is when you use a squeegee, I'm not 100% sure how to make it like how to make it better when you wrap, but I noticed when I was wrapping, sometimes I would have these scratches on the wrap while using the squeegee. So that's probably because this thing was getting dirt on it. So maybe if you keep it in a safe place when you're not using it, maybe it will not do that. But I was just throwing it around and it was leaving like scratch marks and stuff like that on the wrap. So that's not good. You guys definitely need to have the wrap looking decent, and this thing is your biggest enemy. And also like the bubbles and stuff like that. So I covered all the stuff that you have to buy or like preferably have when wrapping. So let's get outside and show you guys every single panel, I guess. I'm gonna start with the front and then go all the way to the back. So let's get it. So I'm gonna start off with the worst part, which is this front bumper. And because of this, and on the other side it's the same thing. So I've done 5 pieces on this. I took the bumper off. I laid one inside. Then I've laid 2 over here on the sides like that. And then I've done 1 over here, I believe, inside. Because you see there's 1 line here and 1 line over here. So I think this is 4th. And then the 5th was just the whole big piece that went out over here and at the bottom. So the reason why this happened was because this was our first time doing it, and I'll suggest you guys, if you're wrapping this part, just go from the top down, because this thing is like a concave or whatever, so it's super hard to wrap here if you're just laying it like that, just flat. That's what we did, and we kept pushing it and pushing it, and then everything laid fine, but then the next day the huge bubbles. So just lay it from the top down like that, and just to push the air out, and it'll be perfect. But to cover this mess, I ordered a lip, and hopefully it's gonna cover it. But I'm gonna have to remove these most likely, because I think the front lip goes like somewhere over here, and like, or here, I don't know, but it goes like inside and kind of lays down here. So the lip is definitely should cover this. I don't know how well the lip is gonna look. Maybe it'll just stick to the wrap and just also hang, but we'll see. So the next thing is gonna be the fenders. Fender was pretty easy. It was also like one of the first pieces I did, and the only issue I had was here. You see I have a line here because when I was laying it, I was cutting some extras, and for some reason when I was cutting the extras, I pulled it a little bit and it just ripped the whole piece. So I didn't want to redo the whole thing because it was the beginning and it was kind of hard not knowing like what I was doing. So I just added like a small piece over here, but this is pretty easy. Just start from the top, kind of just go all the way down. And also it depends on the material what you use, but I used Vivid and that was kind of hard to use, so I removed these and just like wrapped it inside. And as you can see, yeah, a little bit messy here and there, but overall it's not bad. So the hood, also over here I cut a little extra for the bumper, so you can see this now. For the hood, when I laid the first piece, I laid it fully and it was just terrible. So what I decided to do with this piece is like lay half and then keep going for the other half. So that way it was super easy to do. We just laid it flat and kept going. Everything was smooth, came out great for the half, like so over here. And you keep peeling the back piece off. You keep going slowly, little by little. And yeah, pretty much that's how the hood turned out. Same thing for the fender here. It was super hard, like where is it, somewhere over here. It was like super hard because we stretched it way too much and we didn't really know what we were doing. But yeah, the front was the hardest for me. Then this piece was easy. I just cut it like a line this big for both sides and just laid it. And for the side, I mean for the holes over here, I just kind of cut by the line. It's not focusing. So I just cut it by the line and then just tucked everything in with a heat gun. That's pretty much what I did for the top piece. The doors were super easy. We finished them in like 30 minutes. So what you have to do is remove this piece. You just kind of pull it up and it comes off. And then remove this panel with some screws. There's one screw behind here, behind this light. And there's like one over here under the door open button. And I believe like one or two under this thing. So you take this piece off, then you take the side mirror out, and then that way it's super easy to wrap. Because if you look here, it goes inside the mirror, so yeah, it's better to take it off. And then we just wrapped the whole door. It was like 30 minutes to wrap it and cut off the access for each door. So doors were easy. It's kind of bright. So to do this quarter panel, we took a big piece, cut off enough for the doors, and then just slightly like left a little line at the bottom. And just laid this whole piece in one. So going from the top down like that, then from the line going all the way down until we had this whole quarter panel piece finished. And then we just went over here by this line. We kept going all the way to the end. And I laid knifeless tape here so you guys can see it's cut decently well. The only hardest part was like in the middle where the two doors are, and I had the car raised up on the lift, so that was easier for me, but still it's super hard over here in the middle between two doors. And then the trunk is super easy as well. We did 3 pieces. The bottom piece right here, you just wrap it all the way to the end, to the line, and just cut it. And yeah, it lays pretty good, super easy, just super flat. Then over here, since I have the spoiler, we decided to have the line like in the middle. So we laid, I think, the top first. So we laid the top or the bottom, I'm not sure, but one of them, and just had a knifeless tape there twice. The first time we laid everything all the way, like we even went around the corner just a little, just to make it lay down flat and nice, and then to make the knifeless tape easier to cut. So we just pulled that, it was perfectly cut. And then for the bottom piece, we did the same thing, just laid it. It's kind of flat, not really, a little rounded, but yeah, it's still easy to wrap. Just laid it like this, and also knifeless tape. And then this bumper is kind of messed up because I think on both sides I have something like this where I cut too much. Like, I'm really bad with cutting. The bumper, we started in the middle, I believe, over here, and just went all the way around. And then here we kind of like went around here. Then you see these marks. It was stretched too much, we didn't know how to fix it, so you just left it like that. Same here, a lot of marks here, but overall it's not too bad. Also over here where the fog light is, I cut too much of the line, and then there was like a small line extra over here, so make sure you cut a little less on a fog light. So the hardest 2 parts, guys, on this car are the front bumper and the back bumper. But I found out the back bumper is not as hard as the front. Like, it was decent. It's just we were laying it fine and everything was good, but then towards the end we kind of started messing up because I think maybe we were rushing, or maybe we were hype that we were finishing so fast, because the front bumper took us the whole day, like from 9 a.m. to like 7 p.m. or something, like 10 hours at least, just one bumper. So that was super bad. And it came out the worst, so that's so annoying. But yeah, just make sure you cut slowly when you wrap. That's also very important, because I was rushing sometimes, or like I'm not as good as a cutter, because just try to push the knife on the opposite panel when you're cutting, and just go slow, because I was sometimes go slower than usual, and then my hand would just slip and cut extra. So that's super annoying. Just go super slow, and trust me, it's annoying, and it's gonna take forever, but it's gonna be worth it, and it's gonna pay off, because you're gonna have a nice wrap, like almost professional. I think if I wrap another few cars, I'll be able to like make it nice, like afterwards, because with one car, like towards the end, or like towards the middle, I guess. So like after the front mess that we were having the first few days, then so I think after 2 weeks I was doing it pretty well, because we did the front, we kind of messed it up, but whatever. And then for the next week we only did the trunk, and that's it. So the third week we're doing the quarter panels, the doors, and stuff like that. So so once we started doing quarter panels and doors, that's when it kind of started getting easier, and I kind of understood what the hell I was doing. And yeah, it turned out decent. So yeah, in my opinion, it's decent. Like, it's not great, it's not good, like it's not too bad, it's decent. The only thing I would say is bad is the front bumper, but I'm gonna try my best to cover that, so I don't want to redo it, because it was just a nightmare, and I don't want to spend any money on redoing the bumper. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Peace.